ball inside 50. Casbolt probably should have just had a shot snap over his shoulder. Really might have got them going, Jono, but they just haven't started well since then.
And I know we've pumped up Joel quickly, but his metres gains is the most by any player this year at quarter time.
Wow.
Huge result for a young man.
So De Koning. So Pitternet is an emergency. They elected to go with De Koning only in the ruck as their main man. Petrevski-Seton stripped, led, Schomburg. Spear pass. Himmelberg couldn't trap it. Jones kicks it off the deck. Scholl lurking again. Setterfield got there. Setterfield set upon. Petrevski-Seton flicks the handball wide, and Curnow sees it knocked out.
Closing everything up, not allowing Carlton any time and space to move the ball, even through the middle. The strip on Petrevski-Seton from Laird, just getting a hand in, making it difficult.
Koning really fought hard to get his palm in front there and fights on to bring down Sloan. And that's the athleticism that he brings. He's only young, so he's still growing as a player. Scholl caught in the middle of all that. Setterfield caught in the middle of all that. Laird, Matt Crouch, arms free. Holding the ball. Blues ball.
And this is what we saw Adelaide, though. They get the ball and they just play it on. They took off. Carlton very slow to get the ball back. Now it's a little short kick wide. Not giving your forwards much time to, or much space to work into.
Petrevski-Seton back out wide. Nunes.
And to be fair, I don't think the forwards are actually offering too much. They're very stationary, just waiting for a bomb here.
And a bomb they get. De Koning held off it. O'Brien had a chance. McGovern the crumb, but he's meeting the sandwich there, going nowhere.
The sun got in the boys' eyes there. Just fell into each other.
48 games for Adelaide. Mitch McGovern, and Bryan got one to the eye. Scholl, yet another possession, and he gained some metres there as well, unless the umpire says no. No, it'll be a ball in.
Like that Liam Jones didn't turn to the umpire there. Seeing that too often at the moment.
Lachlan Scholl, they got him for a steal as well. Pick 64. A couple of years ago, 2018 draft, Lachlan Scholl. I mentioned his father played for the Blues, but 35 games not enough under the father-son rule. O'Brien couldn't trap it. Curnow does, but his handball loops and it's knocked away. Walsh goes back to Plowman. Caught by Jones, flicks it out wide. Race on. Gibbons back into the lineup this week. Little drop step on Keys, goes back inside, and play on.
Touched.
Wow, finally pulls one down. McPherson, Keys, Matt Crouch, loops it all the way back. Kelly pumps it back towards the wing. Schomburg, good crumb, little chaos ball that might still work. Stengel left it behind. Fogarty, McAdam puts it into space. They got a panic, and players are plenty here. They could have raffled it. Stengel, Sloan. The cavalry arrives for the Blues. Setterfield, Petrevski-Seton. The ball close to the boundary and Wettering.
They get that opportunity, though. We're going to go back probably about 30 seconds to the Ben Keys chase on the far wing. He doesn't get a stat for that, Ben Keys, but he ends up touching the ball that Mackay ends up marking inside forward 50. Then the pressure comes and they get that flow on. Should have scored then, the Adelaide Crows.
Bryan and Koning again. Laird. Cripps gets a touch to Curnow. To Gibbons. Little look away handball. Might work. Setterfield. Smith. Well, he got him a bit high, you'd think.
And then went ahead, then just went on with it. If I'm going to give the free kick, I'm going the whole hog.
The sleeper hold on it.
He's laughing.
Yep.
Setterfield.
And then I'll just take him to ground.
Simpson in game 341. Heads out wide. Big fly. McPherson got a fist on it. Fisher toes it off the carpet. Butts tried to get it away, couldn't. Hard attack from Betts. Laird, dangerous spot to roll it, but he rolls it to the best user in the team, Scholl, and he hits Schomburg lace out, who thought about taking the run and then took a half netball step and thought better of it. Out wide to Matt Crouch. Corralled by Cripps, who didn't go the tackle or the smother. Jones on Himmelberg. Jones. Oh, he gave it back. Himmelberg a bounce.
Oh, no.
And he tried to roll it home. Bizarre.
Oh, big fella. Oh, big fella.
We all know where that's
that
going.
might be seen a bit later.
Wow. It'll have to be seen later on the Adelaide Crows review, surely. Why would you do that? Williamson. Casbolt. So a few Blues just starting to find it now.
Still very slow though, Dwayne.
Spot on, Moons. Just there's a little movement through the corridor to offer options for a switch or downfield. So just very stagnant, even though they have started to take some possessions.
But how easy is it for Adelaide to set their defensive structures? Because, yeah, it's roll back and vice versa. Adelaide are playing quick. The Blues can't get back and defend at all.
O'Brien cuts that off with ease.
Most inside 50s from Carlton have been high and long, just allowed Adelaide just to intercept or at least give a contest.
Matt Crouch. Matt Crouch heads out wide. Great use of the body, Jones.
Very strong one-on-one, Jones.
And he sits it up in hope. Mackay got there, nearly plucked it. Butts, stolen by Gibbons. Loops it inside, centre field, outside of the boot. They get one. And they're on the march back.
It's a nice finish by Setterfield. Repeat entry allowed that to unfold. They had to fight and scrap for this. They've worked hard, the Blues, throughout the last couple of minutes in terms of contest. At least it looked like Adelaide were going to get away once again. The numbers around the ball, but Gibbons was the one who had to fight amongst 3 or 4. He did it well. He put enough pressure on, and a smart release handball.
Well, that's the good news for the Adelaide Crows, the Carlton Football Club kicking their first goal. The bad news is Sam Docherty has been ruled out for the day with that right calf injury.
Thank you, Lynchy. Look, from a Carlton point of view, just having a look at their ruckman, O'Brien, we just saw there the last couple of minutes, just spending a lot of time in that half-back line. If you're going to kick the ball high and long, you're going to have to tell your ruckman to maybe get down there and make a one-on-one with him, not allow him just to stand in front of Mackay. That's really sad news for a guy that we know has had a lot of injury problems over the last couple of years.
He's had a great return year, though, Docherty.
He has.
It's so good this year for the Blues.
Casbolt in the ruck, knocked it down to Curnow, dragged down by Laird legally.
So Casbolt's the one now playing in the ruck. If O'Brien is now going to go back and sit behind the ball, particularly in those slow ball movement stages, Casbolt needs to push forward.
Schomburg throws it away.
Advantage.
Advantage paid. Fisher can go. Hands to Walsh. Heads out wide, hoping for and finding Mackay.
That was a really strong goal. We saw him a little bit earlier, touched off the boot, took a really nice grab, and again, really competed extremely well against O'Brien a few minutes ago for Setterfield to get that goal. This is exactly what he would have wanted, just a nice, big, strong pair of hands.
Deep breath, bends it around, he hit a little skinny, and it was touched on the line, or was it? Hang on.
Can we check if it was touched before the line?
Score review. Umpire's call is a touch behind. Can we please check if it was touched before the line?
Review underway.
Hard to overturn it on that.
That's it.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball is clearly touched before passing the back of the goal line. Decision on the scoreboard.
Wasted no time there, so it's a behind. It was touched. Confirmation that it was touched, and to be honest, I don't mind them taking as long as they like to get it right. There's been a couple in the last few weeks where it might have taken a little longer in the arc. Gibbs. Glass it long. Big attempt at the mark from Casbolt. He got both hands on it. Himmelberg flicks it out wide. Laird on the run, a little bit of a wobbler, but it's been marked by Jones.
You called it, Moose. That handball to the outside was
handball into a
brilliant.
voice.
Yeah, that's all that was.
And again, quick ball movement. Seen some really nice marks on the lead today.
Chase Jones, second season. Pick 9 from 2018. He's done some brilliant things this year to settle things down. Starts it right, brings it back to perfection. That was a work of art.
Coast to coast again here for the Adelaide Crows. Out of full back, Bryce Gibbs with the long kick out. And then just around the contest, they have good shape here. Fogarty was up as a high forward. Himmelberg as well. It's the Crouch handball. That one there for Brad Crouch to land. The midfielders again linking up for the Adelaide Crows. So coast to coast, that is just a sensational goal. That's beautiful handball.
And this time it's a injury concern for the Adelaide Crows. Rory Sloane, he's been treated by the physio to a right hamstring. So at this stage, he looks like in some doubt. We'll keep you updated.
Thanks, Litchi. So it might end up being a bit of a war of attrition here. Been a long season. With quite a few games played in a short space of time. These two teams in the hub here at Metricon on the Gold Coast. Carlton and the Crows getting an
earful.
Sometimes you just got to know where the cameras are.
I'll try to give you as close up a view of the action as possible. Kerner heads out wide. Early flight from Mackay. Gibbs inside McPherson to Scholl. To the wing. Simpson, Stengel. Simpson wins a free.
Just experience there, Jono. 300-odd games of it. He's got himself between hand the ball.
36 years of age, is young by Sean Burgoyne standards. Heads out wide. Fisher, Murphy, keeps it alive. Top of the square, the dive, O'Brien.
Well, DeConey, he got back there this time, but unfortunately just couldn't give the contest. But O'Brien, again, I've mentioned it a few times, I've just loved this guy's year as he shanked it.
A little more central than he maybe would have liked, but the ball comes to Fogarty. Crunch. Ran into a brick wall in Wiedering. Ball up.
Just think he's been a big plus for him. Let go an absolute star in Sauce Jacobs. Really give this guy the #1 mantle. It was a great call in the end from Adelaide.
He's been really good since he gave Nick Naitanui a spray as well.
Yes.
Actually been playing brilliant footy.
Got a phone for it anyway.
Plowman plows it back inside 50, but it was well read by Hardigan.
Seen a lot of wobbly. Sorry, Lynchy. Just seen a lot of wobbly shank kicks from Carlton, isn't there? Nothing's nice off the boot.
The Sloane back on as Wiedering flies, knocked it down in the Murphy direction, couldn't handle it. Blair gets and goes. The inside-out handball to Sloane, who blasts it long, a little too wide. And taken to the line nicely by Tom Williamson. So Sloane back out there. Good news for the Crows, who still hold strong here. 31 points was the margin at quarter time. 31 it is still now as the Koning bangs it towards the wing. Gibbs gets there, collects. McPherson looks up. Tried the spear pass, oncoming traffic stopped it from going anywhere. Cunningham lays the tackle. Butts goes inside towards Brown. He plants the boot, heads long. Fists from Wiedering, but it's back in the Laird direction. Murphy raked it away, but Jones read it, gave it to Laird, and he turns it over. Hands it straight to Plowman. The Blues dodge a bullet there. Williamson. O'Brien of the Carlton O'Brien version. Nunes. Well, it was there. Walsh could mark it. Sloane. Jones, the big fist. He hammers it all the way back to the wing to Brown, to Lynch. Gets the skates on, runs to 50, drives a drop punt, going and nails it. Welcome back, Tom Lynch.
Well, it was the right kick going back inside 50 to Walsh. Unfortunately, he just dropped a pretty simple mark in the end. He'd be really disappointed with that. Just maybe took his eye off the ball as Keys was coming the other way. It was a nice spoil from Jones, but unfortunately just went straight to an Adelaide player. And And Lynch started the game so brilliantly well. You mentioned him a couple of times, Jono, just pushing really hard back down into his defence. Probably haven't seen too much of him in this second quarter, but from outside 50, that's a great kick.
Well, he's providing the outside run. 7 handball receives, 7 uncontested possessions in this game so far. Lynch, we know his high work rate. He does get up the ground and he links back through. He normally gets his 1 or 2 goals with his 20 disposals when he's in good form. Lynch, who's already had 10 in this game with the 1 goal. Matty Nix really happy. The numbers around the ball then, when Walsh made that mistake, it was all Adelaide Crows to clean it up.
Well, in his prime, or when Adelaide were in their prime, this guy was easily the best link-up player in the competition.
Got a 10-goal game to his name as well. Himmelberg breaks clear, dropped a couple of tacklers, gave to Matt Crouch, straight down the spine with the kick, and good cut off Mark Simpson. Murphy. And just marked on the line by Gibbons. One of the 2 ins for the Blues. Eddie Betts, 3 ins, I should say. Lockie O'Brien and Gibbons. 4 changes for the Crows. They've been good changes too. One of them, Lynch, who kicked their last goal. Cunningham, Petrevski-Seton. McAdam thought he had him. Setterfield, Murphy. And he had 2 Blues to kick it to, and he split the middle. Keys.
It's exactly the kicks we've been talking about.
Oh, that's right.
Just mongrel kicks.
Stengel to Lynch. Schomburg held his ground. And he wants to kick it quickly to the top of the square as well. Off hands. Just scrambled away. Curnow was out there. Got an unkind bounce. Hardigan back the other way. Breaks through the Nunes tackle. Gave it to Keys. To Brad Crouch. Will he go for goal or pass it? Just kicked the goal.
It's an absolute clinic at the moment. Moon's out on this ground for the Adelaide Crows. They are absolutely on fire at the moment. And they're capitalising on mistakes and errors that are coming the way. Yeah, they get a bad bounce here. The Blues unlucky in that situation. And then the Crows are all forward of the ball. But even comes back to that kick from Murphy in the middle of the ground, which was
lazy,
turned into a torpedo when he was trying to drop punt. Hits that, they score the Blues. Misses it, this is what happens.
Well, we've just seen it too often from Carlton today. Really just lazy kicking. We've seen the ball come off the boot, horrible, floating. And we just saw one of the best kicks in the Carlton footy team in Mark Murphy. Just basically, as you said, torpedo one through the middle of the ground. He had 2 options to go for. I'm not sure, probably a little bit of 2 minds of who to go for in the end. But again, just turnovers have absolutely killed Carlton today.
But you deserve to be punished too. If you're going to kick it that bad or use it that poorly at this level, you deserve to be punished the other way.
Still a ton of time left, but as far as comebacks go, 43 points. Have to be the biggest of the year if they can do it. So the tie up here, Curnow on lead.
It was about 39 this time last game.
DeConing heads long. Mackay has plucked it. Oh my goodness, a front on push. So he had one that he marked that was touched. Now he's had another one marked that it was caught a front on push.
He's had a goal touched on the line.
Yes.
It's just not quite happening for Big Harry today.
Heads out wide, O'Brien. DeConing. Rolls out of play. Tough day at the office so far for David Teague. First full season as coach. 11 games last year with a 6-win, 5-loss record. Former Adelaide assistant coaching against the Crows here. Back into play, O'Brien and DeConing. Setterfield. Mackay, not this time either.
Well, what he has shown though, Harry, is you give him the ball, you get the ball in quick enough and give him a chance on one-on-one. He's a massive chance to plunk it. He's a big unit, he's got great hands. We know he's going to be the star of this forward line for the next 8 years of this football club. Just give him a chance.
Laird caught by Curnow. See if they can get some momentum late in this quarter, Adelaide. At least go in at half-time with some hope. Cripps to Walsh, and he dropped it as he was tackled. So ball, incorrect disposal.
How impressive is this young man? Watch him a few times throughout the year now. He's got it all, that aggressiveness of the contest. He's got some flair as well.
Played senior footy in the country as a 14-year-old, Schoenberg, so he doesn't mind the bodies of men against him. Tie up here on the wing.
It's the best upbringing you can have.
That's right, I agree
playing
with that.
senior football as a teenager.
From Mintaro Manura, he's a min-man man, as they say in the country. Caught by Petrevski-Seton, which is down Clare in SA. It's been good footy country for a long time. Harry Schoenberg. See if he can continue to grow his career. Still eligible for an AB Rising Star nomination as well in one of these last 2 rounds. Back into play. De Koning and O'Brien. Sloan. Betts, beautiful 30-metre sweeping handball out in front of Gibbons. Casbot and Cripps were both forward. Butts. Gibbs. And again, full of run. Tried the spear pass, but it didn't quite work. Plowman tried to pluck it. Stengel right with him, wrapped up by Brad Crouch. Laird against the grain. Brad Crouch scrambles the kick away. McAdam gets this, or Frampton. It's open space ahead for Adelaide if they can get it out. Schoenberg collects it, hands it to Keys. He looks up and pumps it into the space. Out the back they run. Bouncing ball. Williamson, Jones went to ground. Nunes. Could have gone. Goes inside with the kick. Liam Jones. Walsh, and it's on. We'll push and shove. McAdam and Williamson behind play. You can hear the crowd getting involved in it. Mackay. Pulls that kick to Cripps, who's moved forward. Kelly's against him. Kelly gets the possession. Handed it off to Brown. Adelaide Crows out of trouble again as Lynch almost pulled that to ground. Won himself a free anyway.
I like the move of Cripps going forward, Joe. He's not doing a hell of a lot through the middle of the ground, but if you're going to move him forward, tell everyone else to get out. And he should be telling everyone else to get out. Give him that space. A couple of times now we've seen him lead for the ball. And he's had 2 or 3 of his own players go into that area. A couple of spot fires.
Yeah, a little bit going on behind the plate. Frampton was involved then.
Laird to Lynch. Frampton gets involved in spot fires occasionally at training as well.
He does.
Ball inside to McPherson. Ian Hardigan might have to shake him up during half-time. Get him going. Kelly goes back inside to Brown. So take some time off the clock here nicely, Adelaide. Some possession footy late in the quarter. Tempo footy. Just own it for a while. Lynch. You're quite content to go in with this lead at half-time, 43 points. Wouldn't mind another one, but certainly don't want to concede one. Sloan.
The message will be coming off the bench now. Keep it nice and clean.
So percentage play down the line. De Koning got up, but O'Brien held his ground and flicks it up to Brad Crouch. And the tumbler to Laird. Caught high. Will he play on here? Himmelberg goes inside with the play on. Matt Crouch. McAdam. That's bending back. Just across the face.
They've just outnumbered at every contest, the Adelaide Crows, in this first half. Even that one then, contest on the wing, it was 4v1 at ground level.
Great mark to Cunningham. So the seconds tick down. They've got 15 left to use. Hands it up to O'Brien. Cripps is half held. Fully held now. Kelly drags him down. No free. Gibbs goes low. He took the legs out, but the umpire said it was okay. Bangs it along the line. Nunes gets there, but the siren sounds.
He did well there, Kelly, at the end, didn't he? To really hold on to Cripps.
That's the beauty of footy. Even when you think you know, you don't know. We came in here thinking The Blues had plenty to play for, and they're going to be tough to beat with a spot in the 8 still up for grabs. It's been Adelaide that's dominated. 44 points to the good at half-time. 8-5, 53 to 1-3, 9.